And we are filming.
Hi, this is Rick from OnStage Review here with Paul from the legendary Cannibal Corpse. I got a few questions for you.
Awesome, man.
I know it's probably a redundant question, you probably hear this a lot. Do you tend to practice when you're not on the road, or?
Man, it's a little tough, you know. I mean, for me as a drummer, I guess, you know, not having a drum set to play on kind of thing, you know, like back here or backstage, a little tougher. So I know the guitar players, Pat and Rob and Alex, of course, it's easier for them to play a little bit more, you know, when they can just hold onto a guitar. So for me personally, I really don't, you know. I mean, we're playing every day for the most part, so you know, as long as I feel I'm ready to play the songs, and you know, we practice, of course, a lot coming into a tour like this. So yeah, it's a little more difficult for me to play. So yeah, I don't, unfortunately. You know.
All right. What's the one thing on the road you can't live without?
Well, these days, I mean, now, you know, with technology and everything, you need your phone or your computer or something. I mean, for myself, obviously, I'm married, I have a child, and you know, what better of a method to keep in touch? Of course. I mean, I think that if I didn't, you'd be sitting here going, great, you know. I mean, so, but that's pretty much an obvious, I think, you know. But it is crucial, you know. I mean, I think being in a band, you know, I mean, having the bus, of course, we're lucky to be on a bus to have, you know, a TV, watching hockey or football, and you know, that helps us out, you know, watching movies and all that kind of thing. So, you know, helps for the boredom. But you know, the phone is probably the most essential thing, of course.
Right. It's technology these days, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Like I said, being a family man or what have you, or you know, 20 years ago when we started touring, or 25 years ago, you know, it's the old way of doing things. You know, if you want to do any contact with anybody, you got to find the payphone or you're writing a letter. You know, and that's just crazy to think we did that for many years, of course. And you know, obviously many bands way before our time.
We were able to survive without technology.
They did, but you know what? I'm glad it is this way, because you know, like you said, yeah, you can see your family and talk to them right here, as opposed to if you're in Europe and you were gone for a month and a half, you're not seeing them for a month and a half. You know, like I said, you talk maybe and that's it. You know, so you know, there you go.
It's the small things. You know, really
it is really.
Favorite song to play live off the old stuff and the newer stuff?
It's it's tough. There are so many good songs. I have fun playing all of them. You know. You know, it's fun to play like A Skull Full of Maggots and you know, Strip, Raped and Strangled. I mean, Hammer Smash Face, of course, is fun to play, and I love playing Make Them Suffer new songs, and you know, playing Scourge of Iron and Kill or Become. I mean, I'll say all of them. So you know, they're all fun to play. You know, if they weren't, I wouldn't be doing it. You know? You gotta have fun with what we do. So and luckily, we're having fun playing pretty much all our songs. You know?
Favorite on the road drink or food or kind of like comfort thing?
Nothing really, you know. I mean, I don't drink too much. I do like Guinness if I'm going to drink any alcohol. So you know, I like to have a couple on stock if I need one, or I would like one. So I do like to have Guinness. I'm not that picky though. I think the older we get, you know, I don't care as much, as long as I eat, as long as I can be healthy.
That's important.
You know, right? And
you need fuel.
Yes, and as long as I'm eating right, you know. So that's what it comes down to. You know, I'm not picky about saying, oh, I need that, I need this, I need to have that. You know, as long as I got, you know, the sustenance and the good sustenance. I'm really been eating a lot more healthy and drinking more healthy. As you know, I think that's just a natural thing most people do when they get older. You know, you start thinking about those things and your health, and then being out on the roads. You know, you're probably
probably hard on your body.
Exactly, a little more, because you're having to deal with what's out here, as opposed to I'm home. You know what you can make, and you know it's easier to maybe prepare meals or whatever. But you know, but I'm doing all right. We're doing all right out here. So.
Is there any current bands that you're listening to that you like to listen to? Or?
Foghat, that's what I'm listening to. Yeah, I'm old school. I go back, I revert, you know. And I really haven't been listening to a lot of music, especially on this tour. But
slow
ride. Exactly. The music that I do get into is pretty much old school, like old rock and roll. And then I get into these modes of one band in particular, and then I go back and I listen to the whole catalog, or I buy them, and that's what I did. I was a huge Steppenwolf kick for a while, and then I went to a Bad Company kick, and now I'm on a Foghat kick. So
nice.
Yeah, I love the old school.
Gotta love the classics.
I love it.
Do you like Doobie Brothers?
Yes, of course. I love all that stuff.
I had to throw a bonus question.
Hey, there you go. all that old stuff is amazing to me. Yep.
I love them too.
Yeah, great.
As the dude would say, what about CCR?
Oh, there you go.
Creedence.
Another classic.
Gotta have some Creedence involved.
I love all that.
Absolutely.
Really love all that. I mean,
Yes.
that's the stuff that's my, my passion for music really these days is, those kind of bands from the late 60s, early 70s.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What would your dream tour ideally be if you could tour with anybody that's broken up or anything like that?
I mean, we were fortunate to tour or play at least shows with a lot of our heroes, I mean, so I think really the big thing would have been, I'm glad we did the Mayhem in 2000, a couple of years back when we had the original Slayer, and we opened for that Mayhem tour, because we were able to, see our heroes every day, and watch the original band, and I was blown away by that. I was so happy to be on that tour. I think all of us would have been really thrilled to have toured with Slayer. It was like a proper tour, not just in a festival setting, So that would have been ideal, And
Slayer's iconic.
And doing it with the original band. Obviously, it's not going to happen with Jeff being gone and Dave out. To me, it's not fully Slayer. It's still cool that they're still going, but what we did with that having the original band, really one of the last tours, that Jeff did was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just happy that we were able to, play with bands like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest.
That's pretty cool.
On festival settings that we go, wow, we played the same festival at least with some of our heroes. So but really, a Slayer tour would have been so amazing. Like we were like, in our eyes, Slayer, Cannibal Corpse. How killer would that be?
That would be amazing.
That would be the dream. That would have been the dream tour. That would have been the dream tour for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that would have been if that would have happened. And you never know. It could still happen, but we'll see.
It'd be the same, but it'd be different.
Right,
like you're
right.
saying.
Hey, it would still be Slayer, but man, it's not the same band anymore. But hey, it's still Slayer, so you got to take what you can get, I guess. But we'll see if that day happens or not. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, that's about all I got for you, man.
Cool.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for the
Appreciate
interview,
it.
man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Keep it down.
Yeah.